Thank you. I'm Leif-Jöran. I'm switching slide now. I'm a Free Programvarusyndikatet. It's an example of a small partner. And the acronym here, FPS, I know it's overloaded, so it's not frames per second or first-person shooter, but I will use it because otherwise you will hear me saying it a lot during this presentation. So even if we are small, we want to contribute, of course, to the robustness of everything. And one of the things you can see here is that, okay, we probably want to have more than the latest release back in the repository so that we can actually go back if something is severely broken. Otherwise, you can see the details here if you want to see what we are mostly interested in. I want to thank Andras and, of course, Aaron and Timur as well for handling these requests. Since we are small, we are also a bit daring, so we update basically the same day that the release is there. So most customers are already on the latest version the same day the announcement is made. So then you wonder, who are FPS? And I know that this is a plural, but it's a singular entity, of course, but it's pluralistic in its activities. So that's why I write, who are FPS? Then you can, okay, what do we do? Yeah, we do a lot of things, trying to fill blank spots with free software where there are none, especially for social movement organizations, but we do have customers which are governmental organizations and private entities as well. So yeah, but we have a wide variety of what we are doing to fill these blank spots. We have been working with this since 2008, and we want to continue to do that continuously as well. So if you look at our webpage, you can see more what we are actually doing. But related to Collabora Online, we do have, for Sailfish OS, we are also working with integrating it there. As you have seen from the previous slide, we are also working a bit with language tool and DeepL. Yeah. This you can see our DeepL usage of the last 6 months, and you can see the first dip, and you can see the second dip, and the first dip is related to the first bug that we showed in the first slide, and we tried to recover that by having the customers being able to translate the full document rather than from inside of Cool. But yeah, that's something that was not covering for the full not using it, but yeah. And the second dip is unfortunately done due to one customer thinking, no, we are not going to use this unreliable service. So yeah, we have to take that. But we also got another customer. So yeah, we're happy to be able to contribute to the robustness of Cool. So the language tool side of the moon then. FPS provides local language tool to all customers, users for free. It's a local installation running on our service. So if you want to see some announcements, we made the TOOF in August to show some new features that we have been working with. We are also doing workshops yeah. the good thing with the language tool work is that we are aligning it with the Swedish writing rules, 4th edition, which is published by the Swedish Language Council. And this is definitely a very major USP in the sense that this will make it possible to promote it and be accepted into primary schools, because if you do it consistently, and no one has done that before. So yeah, we are trying to do that. And this is divided into 17 different categories with a lot of subcategories. And we align this so that we can say, okay, but this subcategory and that subcategory are related or relying on that other subcategory in the other category. Because sometimes if you, okay, I want to spell foreign names in this way, it also means that you need to do something else in a specific way, rather than, oh, I can mix and match. But yeah, so the actual first hurdle that we had in the winter of 2022 to go on with this was that Swedish was not allowed to be passed on to language tool. But that was the incentive for me to build the LO core for the first time, just to debug this. And yeah, so it's also a success in that way. I managed to do it due to something I wanted to do. So yeah, probably the best solution. So we are expanding and step up our goals. So we are actually employing a new editor on April 22nd, so that we will have one more person working with producing text, and especially also writing about Cool and so on. And in addition to that, we are also opening up a PeerTube instance with a section dedicated to Cool, so that we can have a full spectrum of things going on there. One big thing with social movements organizations is the trust issue. So this is why it takes some time to actually double your revenue, for instance. It's not done overnight, so it takes years. And we are trying to thread carefully with this. And we believe in long-term relations, of course, otherwise it will not be successful. And since we're also working with many high-profile activists, we want to keep the attack surfaces to a minimum, because last year we also had a huge DDoS of 43 gigabits for 5 weeks to one customer. It was more than 1,700 IP addresses involved. So yeah, that's one of our now rising issues for the coming year. So yeah, at least you know what we are struggling with in that sense. So with that, I will end with saying that Free Programmers Syndicate loves Cool.